Sorry. Yeah. Come on, my bad, Rich.
But I wonder, I know you've talked about the things you learned in sports when you made the transition to be a founder at the hit studio, the Junkyard. What have you learned from that helped you now as a coach?
Yeah, so I think of it like riding a bike. When was the last time you rode a bike? Actually, a bike on the side of the road. Been a while. So imagine that it's taken you, you've ridden a bike in a couple of years. Say it's 5 years, you haven't ridden a bike. But throughout those 5 years, you've done a lot of things like changing a bike tire or learn how to change the brakes on a bike. And like every single day, man, you're like, learn how to change a tire or like learn how to grease the brakes up or tune up the bike. And also imagine when you used to ride a bike, you were the best bike rider in the country. Like you were the MVP of riding bikes. And it's been 5 years since you've ridden a bike, but over the past 5 years, you've done a lot of things to like improve your craft on bike riding. So if I asked you today, could you go ride a bike? You say, damn right. I'll ride the freaking mess out that bike. And that's the same for me, man. Like yes, like it's been a couple years since I've been involved, but over the past couple years in life, like I've done a lot of leading people. Our business, we have 70 employees. Like leadership's leadership, and leading people's leading people, and communicating's communicating, and holding people to a higher standard and demanding it. Like whether it's in this or whether it's you're a freaking doctor, like leading people and like demanding excellence, like that is transcendent amongst like many professions, you know. So I think that's really for me. Like, man, yeah, I ain't ridden that bike in a couple years, but over the past couple years, I've been learning how to change the hell out of a tire, and I can go ride that bike. Y'all gonna see I'm gonna ride that bike, and I did it in spring, and I'm gonna hop on it in a couple weeks and ride it for miles. And yes, man, it's allowed the transition to be super smooth.
To that point, when that door opened again, having the break, having the time to step away, what was it like for you? And kind of walk me through how that door opened, just the excitement.
With the role?
Yeah.
Yes, I mean, one, I would say super thankful and appreciative of Coach Sweeney. I'm well aware that like situations like this and kind of like CJ Spiller, like those don't happen a lot. And so one, man, just very thankful for him for believing in me and giving me the opportunity to lead the linebacker room. But yeah, man, just like, whew, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna drink my coffee so I don't cry. But I would say, man, just like it's full circle for me. It was cool. Like it was really cool. And
because this place means something.
yeah, man. Oh, it's too early on a Tuesday for me to be tearing up, man. But it was cool. Like, it was cool. Like, oh, freaking weenie. Oh, little baby. A lot of y'all saw me play, so like,
We saw your channel.
yeah, man. So to now, like,
How do you go about
be back in this mission, it's cool. Like it's like just a full circle for me, and no other way to explain it other than just, man, like, whew, thankful for the opportunity.
When did you think you wanted to do it? I mean, when did
Over the past couple of years, yeah, well, me and Coach Sweeney have talked over the past couple of years, and timing and opportunity wasn't right. And then, I don't know, we talked again in probably June of this past year. He's like, man, just come help out. Just come and go as you please. And then so doing it for a season and learning a lot. And then just like, then getting offered the opportunity to like be the backer guy. I mean, like, the 50-year-old Ben would regret deeply not. I mean, like, obviously making a very massive life change. But God, he would be full of regret if he didn't just jump in head first to this, you know? So the itch has always been there, but it was a timing thing for me. It was like an opportunity thing for me, and it just like when he offered me the job, it was perfect. I just like, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Watching you in the spring, the passion's still there.
Yeah.
It's just no longer you hitting people, you're teaching people how to do it. Just being not that far removed from where these guys are. How does that translate to Sammy Brown?
Yeah, I would say there's challenges on my end. I guess I'll talk about the challenges first. The challenges for me are just balancing it well with me being 30. Like I have to multiple times with talking to Wade Woodaz, who like I love Wade, like just good dude, super like an elite athlete, but just like cool people, like a really good guy. And one of the things that I've legitimately had to do is like, I mean, I'm taking off my friend hat and I'm putting on my coach hat. So there's clarity in how he knows like how I'm about to speak life into him. Like I'm putting on this coach hat, I'm about to rip you. Like I'm about to get on you. And so that's one of the things I've had to be super intentional about is being clear with the guys and like, hey man, we're down here eating, yeah, we'll chop it up and we'll have fun, talk about life, college, this, that, and the other. Like when we get in those meeting rooms or get on that football field, like we have a segment meeting today, and that's the first thing I'm gonna speak about is man, like I'm not your bro. That's one of the things. A quote call me Ben. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm like, I don't care. Like that's not a big of a deal. And I was like, so I don't care if they call me Ben, Coach Boulware. Like just don't call me bro. And I've had a lot of the times where these guys will call me bro, and I've had like Sammy Brown will call me bro, and I've had to rip Sammy. I'm like, I'm not your friend. I'm not your bro. And so the challenges are me having to provide clarity with them. Like, yes, man, I'm 30. I'm the youngest position coach, but like, I'm not your friend. I'm not your bro. And so that's kind of the challenges. I have to like just walk that line well. But the benefits are that I can relate to the guys really, really well. Obviously, the game of college football has changed a lot since 2016. But college football at its core is still college football. And there's the challenges and the distractions that I faced are still relatively there. So I think that I can put it on their level easily because I'm younger and can relate to them and can have normal conversations with them, and they can be honest with me because there's just a little bit of relatability there. So I would say there's more benefits than negatives, and the negatives are like really not a negative, just something I have had to be aware of from a leadership perspective and just to be conscious of and like walk that line well each day.
Talking to Thomas Allin, he was saying that the relationship between you and his dad, you're both kind of psychopaths. The energy, how would you say the relationship is between you and Coach Allin?
I would say it's great. I'm super thankful for Coach Allin, like just oozes wisdom. And y'all, him speaking for the past probably 20, 30 minutes, y'all could see like how wise he is, how good of a communicator he is, how passionate he is. So for me, again, like just when he speaks, I listen and I take notes because I just know how much experience he has and one to being a football coach, but also being a dad, to being a father, being a husband, and so the relationship is great, and it's been a really fun past couple months, and the dynamic of us three is fun. There's a lot of TA on the mic, has to calm him down a lot, and like I'm not going to tell Coach Allin to stop screaming, so I have to like pull the mic back. Hey, you got to tell your dad he's got to chill. I can't hear anything. And so their dynamic is obviously super unique and great. TA has been awesome and has been a real just great help to our defense, getting things organized on the back end, helping out Nolan, Carter, Elijah, Corey, all those guys from just an organizational back end standpoint. Like TA's super organized, and Coach Allen's super organized. So it definitely, Coach Allin brings a lot of experience that I'm super excited to work alongside with.
Coach, I remember I told Coach Allin a minute ago. I remember watching you out here in August, and you were as intense as out there as you were on game day. How do you get that level?
Caffeine. Caffeine.
That helps. So is that one of the ways you get?
That's the only way. Yeah, when you get someone asked me that a week ago, and I was like, it's all manufactured right now. When you're 18, 19, 20, and you're playing college football, you got pads on, you can kind of just like, it is what it is. You hit 30, I'd say you hit like 27, 28, you kind of got to manufacture it a little bit. So a lot of caffeine intake, and like I typically on most days I'll do probably 400 milligrams of caffeine because like I have a responsibility to bring energy. Like I got a responsibility to like hold my guys accountable and lead them well, and then you got a 2.5 hour practice. Like you can't be quiet out there and just let me go with the flow. Like you got to bring some freaking juice. Like that's the responsibility is like being a position coach, and then just like in leadership in general, you got to demand it. And a 2.5 hour practice is pretty cooked. Like you get into period 18, 19, you're having to find it in places. So the massive caffeine intake definitely helps me. And but after, just crushed. Like I'm hard crash, and I'll just go sit in my locker for like 5 minutes, rubbing my face, drink some water, and then I'll get back into it. But a lot of caffeine.
But even these kids, they may not need the caffeine that you do, but you know the doldrums of August and daily practice, they can wear on even players. How do you get your level of intensity out of these guys?
Demanding it. Man, I think leading by example, doing it every single day. I think there's value in consistency and like being the same exact guy Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday and Friday and Saturday and Sunday, and because they know what to expect. And if I'm like quiet one day or I'm in a freaking pissed off mood another day, they won't really know what to expect with me. So I think I am aware that I need to be super consistent. And now that I've done this throughout spring, like, and that's like what I need to do. So it's like, that's my responsibility. And that's what Coach Swinney pays me for, to like lead the guys well, bring a lot of freaking juice, bring a lot of experience and knowledge when it comes to leading the locker room well, being a great communicator, freaking demanding it out of the guys, and then ultimately being an elite linebacker, you know? So like, it's again, like it's answer like, just being a freaking adult and like doing the responsibilities that's been given to you.
Talk about caffeine intake. What are your go-to methods? Just coffee or is
So we got a little coffee machine that's got some miles on it. It broke about a month ago, and the whole staff was just so mad because that thing Allin every single day. So what I'll do just a normal, it's like white beer, and then I'll do espresso to top it off, mix it up. I'll do one, and that typically gets me through the day. But then if we have practice, I'll do this, and then I have some like pre-workout. I couldn't even tell you what it's called, but it's freaking dangerous. Like it is actually. There's like I have one that's 375 and the one that's 400 milligrams, and this is like I think 80 grams caffeine. 400 is outrageous. I had a question. I'm like, dude, is this legal? Like he was like, yes, it is all clear. You're good to go. And I'm like, I'm gonna have a heart attack out there. So I'm gonna do it until I have a heart attack. But until then, we'll have fun. But yeah, it's this has been my go-to, and a lot of water just to make sure I'm hydrated well.
From how the sport's changed, obviously off the field, but since you played about 10 years ago, what do you think offenses are doing differently when you watch as a coach now?
Well, the offense are a lot faster, a lot more spread out, and it's very challenging for a linebacker like me to be. You have outliers that can be a 6-foot guy and running a 4.7. Like those guys can still be successful in this league, but I would say it's a little bit more challenging. You got to be like there's length. You got to be a little bit longer. You got to have longer arms. You got to be able to run because the game is so spread out. Again, like I was telling them earlier, like defense is defense. Like, there's only so many different things that you can do, like the disguises and being creative. But ultimately, like, and Coach Swinney is a 4-3 guy. Obviously, again, we'll get creative, but like 4-3, 4-2-5 is what it is. Offense, like there are things that you can do, but like it still is college football. It's still football. It's still offense. Like not running a wing tee, but the difference is you got to be able to run to be. You don't have to be. It is better to be able to run fast in the game of college football now. You can still do it. Like guys like me can be successful, but like you got to do so many other things like I had to do to prepare and find an edge and like know where the ball was going because I knew that I'm limited. I got short arms. I'm 6 foot. I'm running the fastest I ever ran a 40 was a 4.63, at Clemson, and I think I ran a 4.7 on my pro day. So I had to do other things to like find an edge. And yeah, there's ways to do that, but like a lot of guys aren't willing to do that now. So being a 4.5 guy and a true 4.6 guy is very, very helpful in this age of college football.
You know, obviously, a lot of the guys that you're coaching just based off of watching him the last couple of years. But Jeremiah Alexander, what do you see out of him?
Dude,
in that linebacker?
the freaking hardest working kid I have ever seen in my entire life. Truly. Like, I was telling Qualt, like, Mackenzie Alexander was one of the hardest working guys I've ever seen in my life. Obviously, with, like, had some challenges that he had as growing up, and it just, like, gave him a lens to look through that, like, man, I'm going to make it no matter what. And I lived with Mackenzie for a little bit, and me and Mackenzie got into it because he just worked, and he put me through the ringer a couple times. So I always like, man, like Mackenzie Alexander, Grady Jarrett, one of the hardest guys I've ever seen work. Jeremiah Alexander is number one. Like, the dude lives and breathes it. Like, day in and day out, all he's doing is working his craft. And so for him, I'm just super pumped to see him experience some fruit to his labor because of how freaking hard he's worked. Like, it's outrageous. He's leading the team in accountability points. He's double anyone else, which is outrageous for in the months that he's been here to already be double anyone else. So he just like does everything that he needs to do. He does more than what's required and expected, and he will experience fruit this year. Like, that formula, more times than not, works out. When you work super hard, you're a good person, you treat people the right way, and fruit typically comes of that. It's typically good fruit.
Seeing his career at Alabama kind of unfold, they kind of moved him around a little bit. Where do you guys kind of envision him? Like,
He's a backer. He's definitely a freaking backer.
like in the middle of the field, do you see him rushing the quarterback? Like,
A little bit of both. Yeah, we'll definitely get creative when we know that his experience when it comes to rushing the passer, and we know that he has a great arsenal and a lot of tools in his tool belt when it comes to rushing off the edge. So we'll use him in a multitude of different ways. He's super smart. He can be a three-position guy, and he's not going to be like, we're not going to lock him in at Mike. We're not going to lock him in at Will. I mean, he will get used in a lot of different ways, and that's our responsibility, is to maximize these guys' potential. And he's got a lot of tools in his tool belt, and then happens to also just be the hardest working kid you ever met in your life. So you know he can handle all the positions. So we're going to stress him because he's going to play a lot of positions. And, again, exciting for him to just put it on tape.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Yes, sir.
Let's go on to the next.
Thank